Hello, my amazing artists. Are you guys ready? Today we're going to be making tie-dye paper towels. Now, tie-dye paper towels are super easy to make, and they don't need a lot of supplies. You just need paper towels and washable markers or watercolors. And then when you're done, you can turn them into like flowers or butterflies with just some pipe cleaners. If you don't have pipe cleaners though, I'm going to be showing you how you can just cut them up into simple shapes and put them in the windows, and they become window art. Let's get started. For our tie-dye paper towels, you're going to need paper towels, paper clips, or clothespins. I actually prefer paper clips because you can paint or color around the paper clip. Washable markers or watercolor, pan watercolors. Now the first step is we're going to take our paper towel and we're going to fold it towards the center, and then I'm going to turn it over and fold it again, and then I'm going to fold it, turn it over, and fold it one more time. This gives me a zigzag fold. See, it goes zigzag, zigzag. Then I'm going to do a similar fold for this way. I'm going to go up to about the middle part, kind of give it a good crease, turn it over, back again where it's about equal, turn it over, and fold one more time. The fold's not that important. If yours isn't exactly like mine, that's okay. And you're actually, once you do this, you might want to experiment with different patterns of folding. You could fold triangles like this and just kind of keep folding it zigzag. The reason that I fold it, turn it over, and fold it again is because I want to get as many edges as possible. And then I'm either going to clip it with a clothespin or use a paper clip and clip it like this. I'm just going to clip it in a couple spots because I want it to be really tight and to get all the color together. Then I can either use watercolor or markers to color my paper towels. I'm going to start with markers first, and I'm just going to color the edges first. Now when I'm coloring the edges, I'm going to try to get my marker inside, in between, so that I can get a lot of the edges. I don't have to get them all, but I want to get kind of in the middle. That's going to get really good color on every spot throughout the towel. I'm going to turn it over, I color, and I turn it over again. Let's see, this green looks really great when I color, so I'm going to color that. I can color around that paper clip. That's why I like the paper clips. But anything's going to work except for tape. Tape's probably not going to work because we're going to get this wet, and tape doesn't usually stick to wet things. And I'm going to keep doing this. Once I've colored with marker, I'm going to take just clear water and a paintbrush, and I'm going to do this in a tray so that I just don't get my paper wet. And I'm going to basically just kind of blot water onto my paper towel. And I'm going to push it really good down into there. I'm not going to like brush it, because I don't necessarily want all my colors to mix together. They will kind of blend together, but I want it to go through my paper towel. I'm going to do the other side really good. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to give it kind of a good squish. Oh yes, that's getting nice and wet. And I'm going to set it to the side to dry. Okay, now if we're going to do this with watercolor, we get a tray to color mine in watercolor. And remember, you're going to want to wake up your watercolors. The paper towels absorb a lot, so you're going to want to use a lot of water
and not all of your paint when you're doing this. Let's see, I'm gonna start with blue and again, just paint the edges. I can turn it on its side and make sure that I'm painting all the edges really good. Add some water to my blue so that I know I'm just painting with the water and not the actual pigment, because especially with the paper towels, you want the water. You don't want thick paint because it won't be absorbed. Okay. Oh wow, that's a lot of paint. That's great. I'm going to use some magenta. And I'm going to paint, and I can overlap my paints really good. See, I need lots more water. Sometimes I might just take some water and add it too, so I can know that it's being absorbed. And then once I've kind of added some watercolor to every spot, I'm going to add a little bit extra water, just to, especially in the middle, to make sure it goes through to all of the paper towel. Maybe give it a nice squeeze, and I'm going to set this aside to dry a little bit. Once my paper towel has dried a little bit and I feel like it's kind of, you know, soaked through the whole way, if I'm using paper clips, this is really great. I can just kind of pull it apart and open it, and I can always bend those back together. Pull it, that way it doesn't tear my paper towel when I take it off. And I'm going to unfold it, still very wet, but I'm going to unfold it to let it dry. Now I can dry this out in the sun, I could hang it up on a hanger or something. I actually like to just dry mine with a hairdryer, so I'm going to go do that. Okay, so once my paper towel is dry, I can either dry it with a hair dryer or put it on a cookie sheet, like that cookie rack, and let it dry, or just hang it up, hang it over a chair. Lots of ways to let it dry. Once it's dried, I can fold it and I can cut it into a heart shape, which you guys know how to do. If you fold it, you're gonna want to keep this line together, the fold line. And so that's where I'm going to start the middle of the heart and cut around to the point. If I want to make a flower, I can fold it into four. So I fold it in half and I fold it up one more time. So there are 4 squares in there. And I'm just going to cut off the edges that are loose. And I've got the middle that's safe. I'm going to cut off the edges that are loose. So I'm going to start just kind of making these like rainbow shapes with my scissors, and make that from corner to corner, these rainbow shapes. And then I can open it up and I have a beautiful flower that I can put in the window, or I can turn it into a flower. I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to pinch my flower from the middle on the bottom side and just kind of twist it around a little bit. Then I'm going to tape it, and then I can wrap a pipe cleaner if I want. If I have a pipe cleaner, I can make it a stem. So I'm just going to kind of twist it around, maybe I wrap it around that tape a little bit more, and then I have a beautiful flower that I can put in a vase or hang from a window. So that is our paper towel, dye-dyed paper towel window art for today. I look forward to seeing your art.